Welcome back to our next video based on SQL topics. In this video, we will cover the main points related to SQL and we will try to do some more questions. So as the first step, we are going to discuss the main terms that we need to remember based on the SQL portion. The first one is table. So what is table or relation? It's are saved in the format of tables. That means rows and columns. This format stores the relation among entities. So what is an entity? So it is a collection of related attributes or properties. Entity means that's the relation of, or that's a collection of related attributes. So whatever we provided within a table, some kind of relation that will be there for the data that we provided there. So that's why we are providing it as an entity. A table has the rows and columns, where rows represents records and column represents the attributes. So that's the main concepts based on the table. So row means record and column means attribute. So another terms that we will use for the column name, that's the attribute. So entities are represented by means of their properties called attributes. All attributes have values. So within the column, we will provide different set of values there with the same data type. Then tuple means a single row of a table which contains a single record for that relation is called a tuple. So each row of data that will be specified as tuple. And what is degree then? The degree of a relation is the number of attributes in its header, or in other words, the number of columns. So degree means total number of columns within the table. Then cardinality means the cardinality of a relation is the number of tuples or records in a relation or table. That means total number of records or rows that we provided within a table that will be specified as the cardinality of the table. Then the main terms related to the tables are different types of keys. So primary key, candidate key, alternate key, everything that you need to remember. So what are the different keys and what's the meaning of that we are going to see. So primary key means a column or a group of columns in a table that uniquely identifies every row in that table. So that's the definition for the primary key. Then the candidate key means a set of attributes that uniquely identify tuples in a table and can become primary key. So which are the fields that can be a primary key that will be specified as a candidate key. So all the uniquely identifiable fields, including the primary key fields, like that also that we can specify, let's say candidate key. So what is a candidate then? Uniquely identifiable tuples in a table and that can become a primary key. So that particular columns can be set as a primary key. So that particular feature will provide it as candidate key. Then what is alternate key? All the candidate keys except the primary keys is called an alternate key, alternate or secondary key. Then foreign key. What is foreign key? A field in one table that refers to the primary key in another table. So we need to set a relation. If you need to set a relation between two tables, then definitely we will use primary key foreign key relation. So that's why we are using the foreign keys. So for retrieving multiple values for different tables, then we need to use primary key foreign key relation. Then what is Ddl and Dml that we know? What is a full form of Ddl? Data definition language. It's a language used to define data structure and modify data. Then data manipulation language means it's a language used for adding, deleting and modifying data in the database. So DDL means that will be dependent on the structure and DML means that will be dependent on the data that we provided there. So the main concepts and the different data types available within the SQL are numeric, int, decimal, numeric, float, everything that's available within the data type section. Then along with the character section, char and varchar, not varchar2, varchar only. Then date based on the date type, date time, everything that's available, and along with the aggregate functions. What are the different aggregate functions available? Sum, AVG, count, min, max, everything that's available. So what is the difference between DDL and DML that you can see here? So what is DDL? We already specified what is the full form of DDL and DML. Then it is used to define database structures or schema. Database structure or schema that we can provide within the DDL. So create, alter, drop, truncate, rename, everything that's provided as the DDL commands, and these are the explanations that you need to remember based on the DDL. And based on the DML, it is used to manage data within the schema object. So they will manipulate the data. So the commands that we can use is select, insert, delete, update, merge, everything that we can use there as the DML command. So that's the difference between two sections, DDL and DML, and these are the different SQL statements that we can use. So select, used to fetch the data from a table. Distinct, used to return only distinct values from a table. That means without repetition, if you need to retrieve, we will use distinct. Then from means used to specify the table name from where data is to be taken. So from, after the from, we will specify the table name. So from where we will retrieve the data that we will specify there. Then where clause, why we are using where, used to specify a condition while fetching the data from a table. Then in allows you to specify multiple values in a where clause. Then between, select values within the given range inclusive of both the values. That particular values that we provided within the between statement that will be included within the retrieval process. Then like clause used to compare a value to similar values using wildcard. That means underscore and modulus. Underscore means single character and modulus means any number of values. Then null or is null to check for null values. Then order by clause sorts the records in ascending order by default. Use DSC for descending order. Then group by used to group rows that have the same values. Then having, why we are using having, enables you to specify conditions that filter which group resulted appears in the result used with the group by clause. So having, that will be normally used with a group by, and if you need to specify any of the conditions along with the aggregate functions, then we will use having clause. So these are the different concepts that we covered based on the SQL commands. So that's the main sections. And different join process that's available is Equi join and natural join. So what is the difference between the Equi join and natural join that we are specifying here? Equi join performs a join against equality or matching columns values of the associated table. So they will check for the equality. So here select start from table 1 comma table 2 where table 1 dot column 1 equal to table 2 dot column 2. So like that they are counter checking the equality. And what about the natural join? Natural joins two tables based on the same attribute name and data types. The resulted table will contain all attributes of both the tables but keep only one copy of each common column. So the duplicate columns, if there, that will be eliminated. That means only one time a specific column that will be appeared within the resultant table. So that's the feature of natural join. So this is an example that they provided there. So that's the main points that we need to remember based on the SQL section. So that's the basic theories that you need to remember based on the SQL portion. Consider the following tables, games and player. Write SQL commands for the statements 1 to 4 and give outputs for the SQL queries 5 to 7. So these are the two tables that we are using here, games and player table. And one more thing that you need to remember here, I am not going to write any queries. I will specify the queries as one by one, and within the ending of each section, I will display the queries directly. I am not going to write it down. The reason you need to think how to write that particular queries. If I write that particular queries directly there is no use. So you need to think about how to solve a particular question. So that's why I'm not writing down. Write it down. So here we are moving to the question to display the names of all games. To display the names of all games with their G code. So both the G code and name of the game that you need to display there. So how we will do that? Select G code comma game name from games. Select G code comma game name from games. semicolon. So that's only that we required for that question. Then next question, to display details of those games which are having prize money more than 7,000. To display details of those games. Details means the entire data that you need to display there. So select star from games. Select star from games where prize money greater than 7,000. Semicolon. Once again, select star from games. Select star from games where prize money greater than 7,000. So that's the query for that question. Then next question, to display the content of the games table in ascending order of schedule date. Display the content of the games table in ascending order of schedule date. Content of games table, the entire data that they are asking. So select start from games, order by schedule date. Here we don't require to specify any condition there. So definitely we don't require to use where clause there. So directly we are printing it. Select start from games, order by schedule date. Within ascending order that we are printing. So by defaultly the data that will be printed within ascending order. So we can directly specify order by schedule date semicolon. So they will automatically print the data within ascending order. So that's the answer. Then we are moving to the next question. To display sum of prize money. Sum of prize money that we need to display for each of the number of participations groupings. So we need to find the sum of the prize money based on the participation groupings. So number of participations are provided here, 2 and 4. That's the data that they provided within the participation section. So we need to find the sum of that particular amounts based on the participation. So here 2, when you are taking the number 2, how we will take it for the number 2 section, 5,000, 12,000 and 9,000 is there. You need to take the sum of that, and then for the 4, 8,000 and 25,000 is there. So how we will categorize it? You need to group the data, and after that we will take the sum of the data. So how we will do that? Select sum of prize money, comma, number. So based on which field that we are retrieving the sum, that we will display along with that. So select sum of prize money, comma, number, or otherwise you can provide like this. Select number, comma, sum of prize money from games, group by number. Group by number. Once again, select number, comma, sum of prize money from games, group by number, semicolon. So that's the answer for that question. Then next question, select count of distinct number from games. So what's the use of distinct? They will avoid the duplicate values. They will avoid the duplicate values. So within the distinct number section, which are the values that they provided there, 2 and 4. Only 2 and 4 values that will be retrieved by using distinct number, then they are counting it. So 2, that will be the output that we will get for that. 2, that will be the output. So 2 and 4, only that 2 data that's provided there. So 2, that will be the final output. Then select max of schedule date, comma, min of schedule date from games. So max of schedule date here, 2004, that's the maximum value. From that, which month is the highest one? March. So 19th March 2004, that's the maximum value. And when you consider the minimum value, 12th December 2003. So that's the minimum value. Then sum of prize money from games. Sum of prize money from games. So they will take this particular column and they will add the entire data, like 5,000 plus 12,000 plus 8,000 plus 9,000 plus 25,000. This entire data that will be taken there for adding. So they will add the entire data within this location, and that result that will be printed there. That result that will be printed there for sum of prize money. The next question is select distinct G code from player. So they will take the G code section from player table. This one is the player table. And when you are considering the G code without duplication, you can specify it like this: 101, 108 and 103. So these 3 data that will be printed for the last output section. Select distinct G code. So without duplication, they will print the data 101, 108 and 103. So that's the answers for that questions. I will show the answer once again now as the final section. So these are the answers for that question. I hope that's clear now. So the entire questions that's provided here. So please go through that particular section as one by one. And here we are moving to the next set of questions. Consider the following table, faculty and courses. So here also we need to write the queries for 1 to 4 and you need to specify the output for 5 to 6 questions. So here the table names are faculty and courses. So we are moving to the first question based on the faculty and courses table. To display details of those faculties, whose salary is greater than 12,000. If any person's salary is greater than 12,000, that particular person's detail that we need to display there. So how we will do that? Select star from faculty, where salary greater than 12,000. Select star from faculty, the entire detail, display details of those faculties. So select star from faculty, where salary greater than 12,000. That's the answer for that question. Then we are moving to the next question. To display the details of courses whose fees is in the range of 15,000 to 50,000. Both values included. So when they specify both values must be included, which clause that we will use there? Between and that we need to use there. So how we will create the query? Which are the data that we need to display there? Display the details of courses. The courses data that we need to display there. So select star from courses, where fees between 15,000 and 50,000, semicolon. So once again, select star from courses, where fees between 15,000 and 50,000, semicolon. So that's the answer for that query. To display details of those courses which are taught by Sulekha in descending order of courses. So we need to retrieve the data from the courses table based on the person who taught it. So Sulekha, that's the faculty member, that particular person's courses that we need to print there. So the staff name or the faculty name that's we provided within the first table and course data within the next table. So we need to use join process there. Then along with that, you need to counter check whether it's Sulekha or not, the faculty Sulekha or not, that we need to counter check. And then we need to sort the data based on the courses, based on the course name. So how we will do that? We are going to provide the query like this. Select star from faculty or courses, from where we need to retrieve from the courses table. So select star from courses, comma, faculty. Select star from courses, comma, faculty, where faculty.fid, this primary key and foreign key that we are going to refer, where faculty.fid equal to courses.fid. This one is primary key and this one is foreign key. So like that we will relate it. Based on these particular two columns, we are going to relate it, where faculty.fid equal to courses.fid, where courses.fid and faculty.fid. So once again, select star from courses, comma, faculty. Select star from courses, comma, faculty, where faculty.fid equal to courses.fid and faculty.fname equal to Sulekha and faculty.fname equal to Sulekha, order by CNAME, So that's the query. So once again, select star from courses. The data that they asked is the details of the courses. So that's why we are providing select star from courses, comma, faculty, where faculty.fid equal to courses.fid and faculty.fname equal to Sulekha, order by CNAME, order by courses.cname, or directly we can provide CNAME. So like that we can provide the join process. Along with the alias name also we can provide this particular query. So I will show the final answer. after discussing all the questions. So we are moving to the next question. Select count of distinct FID from courses. Select count of distinct FID from courses. So courses table is this one. Courses table is this one. So we need to retrieve the data without duplication. Whenever we are using the distinct keyword, we need to avoid the duplicate values. So distinct FID means from this we will take the values without duplication. 102, 106, 104, 106, that's a duplication. 102, that's also a duplication, and 105. So 4 data that's there. So that will be taken by using distinct FID, and then they will count it. So 4, that will be the count that we will get. 4, that will be the output for that question. The next question, select F name comma C name. Both the F name and C name that we need to retrieve. So F name within the first table and C name from the second table. So that's a joining process from faculty comma courses, where courses.fid equal to faculty.fid. So we are trying to retrieve the value from both the tables by using primary key foreign key relation. So this one is the primary key and this one is the foreign key. So this, based on this, we are trying to retrieve the data. Which are the data that we are retrieving? C name and F name. C name and F name. So how we will do that? We will take 102 from here and we will count the 102 over here. Then Amit, that's the F name, and grid computing, that's the course name. Then 106 from here that we will take, and here 106 is Sulekha. So Sulekha, that will be printed, and along with that system design, that will be printed. Then next data is 104. 104 means Rashid, that will be taken, and computer security, that will be printed. Then next data is 106. 106 is Sulekha once again. Sulekha, human biology. Then 102, that's the next data, Amit, and computer networking, that will be printed. 105, Rashmi, then Visual Basic, that will be printed. So like that, they will take the data from both the sections after counter checking the foreign key and primary key. So like that, they will retrieve the data from both the tables. So I will show you the final output now. So we will provide the final question once again. The question that I am showing you once again. So this one is the entire questions based on the faculty and courses table. We are going to the result section based on that. So the answers are like this. Once again, I am showing you the answers. Select star from faculty where salary greater than 12,000. Select star from courses. There is no dot. That's provided by mistakenly. Where fees between 15,000 and 50,000. Select star from faculty. FAC. FAC, that's the alias name, and courses, COUR, that's the alias name. These are the alias name that we provided. Where FAC.FID is the primary key and foreign key that we are referring here. FAC.FID equal to courses.FID, and FAC.FName equal to Sulekha, order by DSC. We are printing the data within the descending order. So that's why we are providing DSC there. Then after removing the duplicate values, we are getting the count of that variables or that particular column. Its count is 4. And the last question, output, that's not shown there. You need to identify the output by yourself. We already discussed it. So you need to remember one thing. As the first step, we will take the value from the courses table 101. Then we will counter check whose data is that. Amit, grid computing, that will be printed. Then 106 system design, 106 system design, Sulekha system design, that will be printed. Then 104 Rashid computer security. Like that, they will print each and every data from both the tables. So like that, we will get the final result. So we are moving to the next question. This question that I am not going to discuss it now. So just try to do it by yourself, and the answers for this question that I will discuss within the coming video. So just try to practice more questions by yourself. Thank you.